Moving from failure to success, navigating life's challenges to success. Have you ever failed in your life? Have you ever thought, maybe this is the end? Have you ever felt like giving up because the road seemed too hard? Friends, failure is something that every one of us experiences. It can feel like a heavy weight, dragging us down. But what if I told you that failure isn't the end? What if failure is just the beginning of something bigger and better? Today, we will dive into the inspiring stories of people who turned their failures into stepping stones to success. They prove that failure is not the end of life, it is an opportunity to rise, to learn, and to grow. Let's talk about some of these incredible individuals and the lessons we can take from their lives. J.K. Rowling, from poverty to fame. Let's begin with J.K. Rowling. Do you know her story? Before she became the world-famous author of the Harry Potter series, her life was filled with struggles. She was a single mother, living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. To add to her difficulties, she battled depression and felt like she had hit rock bottom. Despite these challenges, Rowling had a dream. She wrote her first manuscript for Harry Potter, but it wasn't easy. Did you know that 12 publishers rejected her book? Imagine hearing no so many times. But Rowling didn't give up. She believed in her story and kept pushing forward. Finally, a small publisher gave her a chance, and the rest is history. Today, she's one of the most successful authors in the world. Her story teaches us to believe in ourselves and keep working, no matter how hard life gets. Steve Jobs, a comeback king. Now, let's talk about Steve Jobs, the man who co-founded Apple. Can you believe that he was once fired from the very company he helped build? It was a crushing blow. Most people might have given up after such a setback, but not Jobs. Instead, he used this failure as a chance to reinvent himself. He founded two new companies, NXT and Pixar. Pixar went on to become one of the most successful animation studios, creating movies we all love. Later, Apple bought NXT, and Jobs returned to Apple, leading the company to become one of the most innovative and successful tech companies in the world. His story teaches us that setbacks can be opportunities in disguise. Sometimes we need to take a step back to move forward. Thomas Edison the power is another inspiring example. When he was inventing the light bulb, he failed not once, not twice, but 10,000 times. Most people would have given up long before reaching that number, but Edison had a different mindset. He famously said, "I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His persistence paid off, and he gave the world one of the most important inventions in history. Edison's story teaches us that every failure brings us closer to success. All we need is determination and the willingness to keep trying. Michael Jordan, from rejection to greatness. Now let's talk about Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Did you know that he was once rejected by his school basketball team? Imagine being told you're not good enough to play the sport you love. That could have been the end of his basketball dreams, but Jordan didn't let it stop him. Instead, he worked harder than ever before. His dedication, hard work, and belief in himself turned him into a basketball legend. Today, he is remembered not just for his talent, but for his determination and perseverance. Jordan's story reminds us that rejection is not the end, it's just a stepping stone to something greater, the lesson we can learn. What do all these stories have in common? They teach us that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the journey. Failure is a teacher. It shows us what doesn't work, strengthens us, and prepares us for success. Imagine if J.K. Rowling had given up after her first rejection. Imagine if Steve Jobs had decided to quit after being fired. What if Thomas Edison had stopped trying after his first failure? What if Michael Jordan had walked away from basketball? The world would have missed out on their incredible contributions. Call to action. And did these stories inspire you? If they did, share this video with your friends and family. Let's spread the message that failure is not the end, it's just the beginning. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.